I have a bit too much pride to just go get a like Costco trellis thing and throw it up.
I see you're up in the deck. You're up on your rooftop deck with your beautiful maker pipe build.
It's a beautiful day, so I might as well do my work up here all afternoon.
Oh, that's fantastic that you get that opportunity to work in such a beautiful spot. I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me when I saw your build, which was this beautiful rooftop deck canopy that I have up there that you sent really great pictures of too. I just I felt like we had to talk, at least reach out to you to see find out more about your build because it's super interesting. So I appreciate you taking time and I'd love to hear um, more about it. How did you come about the build? What was the impetus for that?
Yeah, so the real motivation is that I've got this like lovely deck view up here and this nice view of downtown Seattle and just a generally pleasant place to be, but it gets very hot in the summer, where there's just a lot of you're up above the cloud or above the tree cover, so there's just a lot of heat. And so I've tried a couple things in the past. I'm I have a bit too much pride to just go get a like Costco trellis thing and throw it up. And umbrellas get blown away and take up so much floor space to cover you properly. So I figured I'd get a little creative.
Yeah, you definitely did. You got a lot creative. What was there any design inspiration that you had for this?
Um, I so I'm an engineer by training, I guess. So I tend to work backwards from my constraints rather than start with a vision. So this was definitely about you know where can I put some verticals? How visually lightweight can I keep it, and try and work back from there to ways to give it enough structural stability and deal with all of the wind and other forces. So really, the goal was to keep as much like visually lightweight as possible. Because the reason why you're outside is because you want to be outside. You don't want to feel like you're sitting in a big cavern or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I say it came out fantastic. I mean, the final product is that it looks lightweight, but strong as well, and it's visually striking. I mean, when I saw it for the first time, the first thing I thought was, "Man, that's an awesome rooftop deck." First of all, so congratulations on such a nice space. But then second was that it had a certain design aesthetic that was modern and cool, and I really liked it. So aside from the engineering, you nailed the design, I think, also.
Thank you. I definitely did um, go with a lot of colors. So I've got the heat shrink in 3 different colors on here. There's blue and green and yellow. Um, the idea being that if you're building something that's not necessarily a forever project, I'll give you a view of some colors here. It's not necessarily a forever project, so you might as well have a little fun with like the aesthetic of it. Um, no need to be super conservative about it.
Right. Yeah, and it fits with the garden there and everything like that. That's neat. Now the blue and the yellow, they look familiar, but the green looks like a different color. Did you source the heat shrink yourself?
Yes, I sourced the heat shrink. I forget who it's from, but yeah, I wanted someone. I wanted some little bit wider variety of colors. Get something that I was also considering some brown for a little while in there. Something that is like fun, but also a little bit on the organic side. Um, not not too like neon pink or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. I think that's great. I mean, I encourage people to find shrink wrap. I mean, because it's just really we use PVC shrink wrap that's UV stable, and it's a pretty common item, but it's a little different because it's larger pipes, right? So, yeah, if you shoot me, if you think of it, shoot me the place you got it from, and I'll link it down below, even if it's not from us, because our whole thing is the connectors, and we just provide a lot of convenience with the other stuff, but. Um, yeah, I like the green. It came together with the blue and the yellow. Pretty cool. Um, that's
Yeah, I was also looking at there's um, some people that sell I guess like color plated conduit, that kind of
hmm
thing.
right.
Um, I was a little bit um, nervous about going that route because it seemed fairly affordable, but didn't seem like it would weather very well. Um, so I don't know if you have any experience with that. But
Yeah, yeah, we're familiar with those where it's their specific pipe, and it's I think it's mainly meant for indoors. You see it a lot in industrial settings, but yeah, that's great. I'm glad you and it looks the part. I mean, if you did this out of conduit, it would have had a definitely different feel, and I don't think it would have been uh, as nice as the shrink wrap. And the shrink wrap's a little costly, but to pull off the look, it's better than painting the pipe, right?
yeah, it's better than painting the pipe. It's a lot cheaper than crappy Costco trellis.
Yeah, that's right. Um, and I think the another thing that I really love about it is the retractable sunshades that you have. Would you mind showing those off, Ryder?
Yeah, for sure. Um, so basically, what I've done here is I've got a carabiner going into a what do you call it, tension screw or whatever they call that,
Yeah,
and then some clips here for the. Uh, try and do this one-handed.
you got it.
So basically, this clip here that I just undid that keeps it from blowing around in the shade. And then once you
Okay.
undo those, you can basically just push it back and collapse it all the way. Um, roll it, roll it right up. Put a Velcro wrap around it, and it's weatherproof for the rain and the wind.
Right. Yeah, and I mean that's a lightweight part like you were saying. It's hardly even there.
Yeah, the actual fabric stuff I used is a kind of a shade cloth. I think
Mhm.
it's like polypropylene or something. It's a little bit more plastic than I'd want, but it's I don't think it's going to fall apart too soon. But
Right. Yeah, did you buy in that width and length, or did you have to do some modification to it?
yeah, I had to do some cutting and grommeting and all of that.
Right. How was that? Pretty easy.
Not too bad. Yeah, it was pretty easy. I'm not. I, I sprang for the actual like grommet vice kind of approach rather than the little hammer ones because you have to do this many of them. You get a much better, easier result.
Right. No, I think that's probably a smart move. It looks like you have a few up there anyway.
Yeah, once you do the math, you multiply anything out by 6 times and 10 feet, and
Yeah.
all of that. I guess one other, we'll call it a design element, is because of the structure of my deck here, I couldn't have a support in one of the corners. So this has ended up being a bit of a cantilever corner that we can call a design element now. So from the ground, you sort of get to see the corner that's floating, and that's pretty much the only part of it you see down there.
Right.
But because I went with sort of two layers, the top and the bottom, to give it a bit of volume, it ends up sort of shooting out this little structural corner that's was kind of fun.
Yeah, and I thought the way that you did it was really smart. That you had a top and bottom piece to it, right? That added to that rigidity with it cantilevered over. So I was impressed by that. That was one of the things that struck me the most. And then another great thing that you did was you kept that pipe continuous all the way across where it was cantilevered, right? So you didn't segment it in some way. It was just straight up all the way across, which was, smart use of the connectors.
Yeah, it definitely is a decision to make when you've got all these crosses, is which one do you want to carry through and which one do you want to break. In this case, because I've got some of these corners that are going the full height like that, you still do have it's not like the top layer is all held on only by separate segments. I've got sort of three corners that go one pipe all the way to the top, and then the sort of interior supports are the ones that get split. So I hope it will be stable for a while. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. But I think, if I was approaching this same design, I think I would have done the exact same things. I found that when you kind of orient the connectors in different ways and use continuous pipes in different sections, it really adds to that rigidity, right? Like you were saying. So here you've got the verticals going all the way through, and then you got some horizontals going all the way through. It's great. I think you did a great job, Ryder. It's nice.
Thank you.
How is it? How is it like the shake test? Does it pass the shake test?
It depends how hard you're shaking.
Sure. Yeah.
It's pretty. I can give you an example here. It's it moves around a little bit when you start to shake it, but it's the top box generally moves as a single unit. So
Right.
it's more, I think, about the fact that there's no crosses for the verticals. So it feels like it's kind of holding together holding its shape fairly uniformly, but that shape's got a bit of to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. But it looks good. I think, boy, I've got high hopes for it, as you do, I'm sure. But you'll have to check back in with us after a while and let us know, how it lasts. But one other thing that I noticed that was really cool was how you were using it for your as a trellis for your climbing plants, right? From the deck.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I thought that was smart. Can you show that real quick?
Yeah, so I've got some. I guess I've been doing a bunch of hops here. Not that I have any like brewing needs for it, but it's just grows so quickly and nicely that hopefully will fill in pretty fast over the summer.
Oh wow, those are hops. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, so it's I guess it's been about a month and they're up to eye level already. So I figure by the end of the summer we should have a pretty full set of vines up here. But yeah, it works pretty well. The and this one, I forget what this is, a honeysuckle maybe. But basically, once the heat shrink on it does a good job of giving it a little bit of something to grab on, so it's not too slippery.
Nice.
So they grab on there and should do pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not too hard to find somebody that homebrews. So,
Yeah.
if you don't use them,
I'll just have to collect everything and trade it for some of the output, I guess.
yeah. Nice. Well, fantastic, Ryder. Thanks so much for showing me your build. It's top notch. I really like it.
Absolutely. Thanks for the interest.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And is there anything else I can do for you, or anything else you want to mention?
No, not really. It was I was pretty happy to find these connectors of yours, because I'd tried something like this previously with sort of homemade hacky versions of this, and it didn't work out quite so well. So I've got a lot more faith in what you've put together here than in my own version, that's for sure.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying them and that it worked out for your build. And I really appreciate the order. Thanks for that. We appreciate the support.
Absolutely.
All right. Nice talking with you, Ryder. Enjoy the day.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.